Oh my God, y'all. I just hit 100 subscribers, which seems, I just know I'm gonna look back at this and be like, oh, that was when I get 100 subscribers. It's gonna be when I have like 1,000 or whatever. But it's so exciting. I like opened up my YouTube studio and I was like, wow, thank you so much. And kind of segue into the topic. One, most of my views and subscribers are coming from my body hair isn't disgusting, it's human video, which I've noticed perhaps may be getting attention for the wrong reasons. Wrong reasons. What kind of attention when you're trying to grow a channel is bad attention? Does it matter who's watching if other people are watching the other things I'm putting out? Who knows? I don't really have an answer to that, but I thought it kind of loosely plays in to something I've actually been wanting to talk about since I first started the channel, which is the inherent hypocrisy of what I'm doing. I feel like we as a society have been trained to commercialize or commodify our lives. And like I think of looks maxing. And that's just like, oh, how can the shareholder, me, be more profitable by looks maxing? Because looks are a commodity. They are something that will get you probably paid more. They'll get you more access to different places. They'll get you better sexual partners. Like looking good is an attribute, just like how having money is an attribute or having privilege is an attribute that gets you things that other people wouldn't get, or maybe gets you things easier. And I think through like Instagram primarily, but also Facebook, maybe some other ones, especially TikTok. But like in my experience, I've been on Instagram so much, and especially with the stories and even before the stories, I remember posting on Instagram so much, like posting every meme I liked, all these different little stupid little things. And then, you know, as you had the stories, it's like you could then put like short-term goofy stuff on the story and then more like serious or like how you want to be perceived by like maybe someone that you like give your number or your Instagram to is going to look at. But I was really engaging in this. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable sitting on my feet. I think I need a pillow. I was trying to mine every single moment, unique thought, personality trait, thing I found funny, like I said, moment, every single human moment that I owned into a moment that could be shared. And I think the point of that was to try to have a sense of community and connection with other people, because I think a lot of people go to social media because they're lonely, which ironically, I've only ever experienced social media really making me more lonely when you get into that area where you're spending more than maybe 30 minutes or an hour on it. It's less laughs and more, damn, like this is hurting my mental health. And I had done an Instagram detox because I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, uninstalled it, reinstalled it, uninstalled it, went through the breakup, uninstalled it, was like, I don't want to be on here. It is bad for me. I'm addicted to it, whatever. And I was like, so many people, and I've told my father, he's like, oh, you should do YouTube. You should, van life bullshit, whatever. And I was like, I don't like the idea of commodifying my life, of taking my personal experience, distilling it down into a product, like a manufactured product, and then like advertising it to people to be sold. So when I was thinking about doing a YouTube channel, it was very much like this push and pull in me of like, is this going to affect my mental health negatively? How is this going to make me feel about myself? I definitely noticed myself checking YouTube Studio maybe more than I'd like to, maybe as a substitute for checking Instagram or things like that, which I can be more mindful of and check my OCD on and all that jazz. But I was like, damn, like, is this really what I'm about? Is this really like who I am? And I was like, fuck it. Like, I'll just try. And I've honestly really liked it. And I think the part that would have felt wrong and like I was being more of a hypocrite or like commodifying my life more is if I was like turning these videos into some sort of like scripted, clickbaity situation. Instead, I'm gooby and doobie styling it, podcast style, you know, very blunt. There's almost no editing most of the time that goes on. Stream of consciousness type shit, as opposed to, so it feels, in my mind, it's more authentic and it feels more like a human experience and a human connection than let me give you my 5 top tips for budgeting. Because I know you can go literally anywhere else for that. And obviously maybe my top tips for budgeting might be a little different than whoever the hell's tips for budgeting. But I was like, I just don't think the internet needs more of that. And so instead I was like, oh, I'll just do it my way then. And I almost tried making my videos a little bit more clickbaity with like a different thumbnail. But it felt so wrong. I was like, this is clearly wrong. No shame to anyone who does do that because those videos are much more watchable. I'm sure you get a lot better click-through rate. I'm sure your average view time is like through the roof compared to mine. I think I'm at like a 1 to 2 minute average watch time, which is kind of a little bit sad. But I'm not looking to modify myself or to distill myself down into more of a product than I already am doing by simply putting myself out there and like stylizing certain things. Yeah, so it's been kind of an interesting mind puzzle of like, I'm getting this attention from this video where it's like my body is very much on display and I'm doing it to be authentic and I don't regret it. And if it gets popular to the point where it's like, I imagine like someday in the future, it's like, oh, Sunshine Sociology's like first big video was this one. And no one else knows why, but I know that it might be a lot of men, for all I know, maybe, you know, pleasuring themselves to the video, which getting personal and vulnerable, like we always fucking do with this bitch. Like we always do. I have tried to do that before. When I was in high school, not having any boyfriends or anything like that, but definitely going through like a sexual revolution, I was like selling photos, selling videos, all that stuff. I used to go on Seeking Arrangements and do $100 dates and just, oh no, the dogs. I hope the noise reduction is zipping the dogs. I used to do $100 dates to get a quick $100 so I could like keep road tripping or whatever. And I didn't like the way that made me feel. I had to stop it because it felt inauthentic, but something my therapist told me is like, I can't control how others perceive me. Or maybe she didn't say that. She said, it's not my job to control other people's attitude. But similarly, I can't control how other people perceive me, receive me, like me, engage with me. Like I think it feels more vulnerable being a woman. But it's something I can't control. I'm not in any immediate harm. So I am grateful in a way to have made a video to get traction, to have 100 subscribers. It's very exciting. So I want to thank you, I guess. Maybe I don't want to thank you if you're here for the wrong reasons, or maybe I don't even want to think about that. Maybe I don't care. Maybe I do. I probably do care, but I'm just choosing to accept it as it is because I'm realizing like today I'm a florist. I was doing deliveries. I brought the arrangement into the person's house. She had a newborn. She was watching it for her daughter. I'm assuming she just gave birth or whatever. And she tried to get money out to give it to me for as a tip. And I said, no, you're good. And I left. And usually when people try to give me tips, I take them. I always take them. I'm trying to be a lot better about if I want money, taking it from anywhere I can get. As long as, I'm not like selling myself out or something. Like if someone wants to give me money freely, especially for a service I've already done and was going to do for free, like, at my job, wrapping bouquets and whatever, then it's like, I should accept that. Because if I don't, then it's telling the universe that I don't want that thing, but I do want that thing. And who am I to discriminate against where that thing is coming from? So who am I to discriminate against who's watching my videos and why they're watching my videos? People might be giving me money or tips because I'm lucky, because they like my energy, because they're creeps. Who knows? Who knows? It's not for me to discriminate against, especially if it promotes my goal and where I'm trying to go. Oh no. No, please don't come in. I will. Oh my God. I want to end this video. My sibling was just trying to come in my room. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, me, for sticking to a 2-video-a-week program. This will be Sunday's upload. So I will do another more in-depth video Wednesday. And I think I'm going to, like I said, flip-flop between normal, more informational, experiential video with a point and diary event, because hoes seem to love the diary events. I can't blame them. I can't blame them. All right. Thank you.